Hey, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 of
5.
the Nonsense Zone. How's it going? My host, Lenny Bruce. How are you, Lenny?
I'm good. How are you, Andy? Johnny
Much
5.
better.
Yeah, you sound
The
much
stiff,
better.
the stiff 5.
I forgot
We've
about the stiff
talked about
5.
people that wave. When they wave, they give the stiff 5.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder why the stiff 5.
You could wave. You could give a
There's
yeah.
there's some
There's
meanings behind
variation,
some waves. Yeah,
and then some people are just like,
the stiff 5. I've never really read into that.
Mhm.
You got the back and forth, which means, hey, how you doing? And then
Mhm.
you got the maybe a little cutesy. And
Yeah.
there's all little kinds of different waves.
There's the
Depending.
royal wave.
Yeah, the quick little.
There's
But the stiff. Oh yeah, the double
yeah.
Johnny.
Remember the outlaw salute?
Oh, do I?
Yes.
But the stiff
If
wave.
5. That always struck me as a strange.
I used to get. Yeah, I'm sure that's probably
Oh.
where you kind of triggered it. Is that
Yep.
one fella I used to see every day. Used to give me the out straight arm solid.
Oh yeah, you were the first one I ever heard refer to it as the stiff 5. But
honey, on a pretty regular basis.
I know a couple of really really nice people that give the stiff 5 for waves, and
It's not good. It's not good.
It's a little odd. Yeah,
It's awkward. It makes you feel awkward.
A little bit. Are you trying to tell me there's like wait 5 minutes? Yeah. I'll do that sometimes to somebody
throwing some weird signals out.
Right?
The
stiff arm, get away from me.
That's almost
right. I mean,
stiff. Friendly cat he was, but uptight and stiff. Yeah, I should have punched him right in the face.
Right in the face. I mean, if you would have just taken him down, look down at him afterwards. Yeah, look down at him afterwards and be like, "This is how you wave.
This is why this happened.
I don't like this."
No. There's not going to be any more of this. There was no shake. There's no shake.
No, just a.
And maybe if you were a long distance away, if you got a stiff one, like maybe like the reaching out there.
Yeah.
But we were like 10, 15 feet away, and I'd get the money. No, I should have punched him in the face.
Right in the face. Just give him a hard 5 to meet his stiff 5.
I'm not sure he still works there, but I could take a trip down and see and just lay him out.
I think you should. We'll wait.
All right, I'll be right back. That's 3 hours down, 3 hours back.
That's fine.
I'll be right back.
I'll put some music on her.
What music would you put on?
Try to find some elevator music, something soothing.
Huh.
Or Phil Collins.
What's your go-to music, Andy? Do you have go-to music, or are you just in a range of all kinds of?
I mean, go-to music. I'm a classic rock guy. I always joke that I haven't heard a new song since 2002. Mm-hmm. Lately, because I've made a playlist to get my daughter to fall asleep at night. I have a 15-month-old daughter. A lot of mellow rock from the 80s. I'm listening to Christopher Cross. Yeah,
Andy.
Yeah,
Andy.
Yeah, Arthur's theme, very mellow, very good to fall asleep to.
Yeah,
Sailing. Yeah, Billy Joel's some of his slower stuff. Tom Petty, some of his slower stuff.
So you're old school classic. I mean,
well, those are just to help my daughter fall asleep, and it works really well.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's not going to keep anybody like,
put the neighbors to sleep.
We're not gonna take it. Yeah. No, I mean, if I'm just listening for my own enjoyment, I mean, I like, Tom Petty, Green Day. Again, nothing new. I was really proud of over the summer. My wife asked me to make a playlist for a family reunion for her, and I was out of town at the time, so I didn't get to see. She said it went over really well, and I took a lot of pride in that because it was for anywhere down to like young kids to people in their 70s, and so I was like just throwing in some 50s, 60s, 70s, some country, which I don't really listen to country, but some old country which I liked.
I did that when we camped a lot out of town there. and I had this big speaker thing, which I still have, and I was kind of like just DJing off the internet, and yeah, it was fun because there was a whole mix of different kind of age groups. So I did, like you said, I did like the Beach Boys all the way up to, but I come across, it was funny because I came across, there were some people that wanted country music, so I did play the older stuff that I could think of because I wasn't really, but once we stopped camping, ironically enough, I did, because I'm all over the place when it comes to music. You know, a little country or old classic rock and some of the new stuff. Believe it or not, never thought I'd say this in a million years.
Not a million?
And not in a million, because I could judge a book by its cover sometimes. But I gotta tell you, not the rapper MGK, but some of his newer stuff I kind of like. I was kind of a 90s grunge, kind of like some of the 90s grunge music, and it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But,
I don't actually know any of it.
Yeah, I didn't either until I don't know, put on YouTube when I'm working in the garage or whatever, and yeah, some of that came out. I was like, yeah, it's not so bad.
That's what I always liked about Eminem, is because you can tell when a lot of his songs clearly a 90s and 80s rock fan, because he incorporates a lot of it into his songs, and that was always kind of cool to me. So I like him. But yeah,
he's an angry little gnat.
Oh yeah,
he's an angry little gnat.
Yes.
Angry. He's angry. Fuck him. Anyways, what else?
I just wanted to welcome everybody to the show. Just wanted to talk very quickly about an upcoming potential team up between us and another podcast. I'm going to go sometime in May, going to go on the Scaryverse podcast, way to kind of promote our show with another audience. And then in turn, at some point, they will come on our show, and, they can promote their show with our audience. And I recently listened to an episode that they did about serial killers. It was a kind of a neat little episode. I really enjoyed it. They're available on Spotify and Apple Music and probably other venues, but give them a listen, and eventually they will be on the show, and I will definitely be on their show. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Are they local fellows? Do they say where they are?
They are from Oklahoma.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. And I didn't know, actually, when I first started talking with them, if they were guys or girls. These are actually girls. And they're into horror stuff, and thought it cool. I also will be I don't know when it's going to air, but next week I'll be being interviewed on a podcast called Young Dads, the Young Dads Pod. I'm not a young dad, but they were still willing to talk to me. So,
no, you're not an old dad.
Oh, I'm an old dad.
I mean, I know older dads.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
I feel like an old dad.
Like 10 years older.
Wow. Okay. So good for them.
Yeah.
Hey. Just a little. What's that?
No, I said they still got a little ink in the old fountain pen.
How'd that go again? Oh yeah.
I can do it all day. I can do it all day.
Just an update. Just an update. Last week we said we were at 19 subscribers and our goal was 20. We're actually at 82 subscribers right now on YouTube. So I think next week a good goal would be 83.
83. See, we go by one digit at a time.
Sure.
You know?
And also, I'd like to point out that last episode, I wrongly stated that the new Roadhouse remake starred Ryan Gosling when it actually stars Jake Gyllenhaal.
Still just as bad.
It's
horrible.
You don't know, I've always confused those two.
Really? I don't know either one of them. I recognize his dorky head.
I know that Gosling was in the new Barbie movie, and I think he's been in like several action roles. And Gyllenhaal has been in, he's been in some decent movies, actually. Both of them
I say dorky because I just don't think he fits the badass bill. I mean, he can get all ripped up, the whole works, and the little commercial that I saw, I'm thinking, no, not the guy. Not the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if it's gonna, if it's not a thumb in the. Anytime I see them remake a movie that I like, if it's not a thumb in the nose towards that movie, I'll go into it with an open mind. If they're just like, that movie sucked and we're gonna make it better, then
That's what I
Which
mean. A sucky movie remake would make more sense. But you get
oh,
movies like
I've
Arthur and Roadhouse. They don't need to be remade.
I've talked about it before. My favorite shitty movie is Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man, and that movie is a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. There's not really a lot good about that movie. It's just a fun movie to watch. I would love it if somebody looked at that and said, "I can make that movie
Yeah,
right."
make it like really good.
Yeah, because that
Yeah, there's room to play with there.
yeah, exactly. That's one that a remake that will never happen because nobody liked the first one.
Mhm.
But I mean, the characters are captivating characters, and you can really do something with it. And
I agree.
who doesn't like a buddy motorcycle guy movie?
Agreed.
Yeah,
There's movies that can be remade that need to be remade, or if you're gonna remake a movie, remake one of them,
right.
but not a classic. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I consider Roadhouse a classic, but it was a good enough movie that
Shoot.
didn't need to be remade.
I mean, if Family Guy does a whole episode about it, then it made it. Yeah.
Remember when Peter would like fall down and get hurt and he just ooh and ah for like a solid 30 seconds? I didn't even really watch that much, but I remember that.
Oh, I love Family Guy.
Oh,
My
man.
wife hates Family
Oh,
Guy.
yeah. If it ever came on back in the day, I had to switch it right off.
My wife will sit there and just complain about it. I think she says it rots her brain, like or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I was
just,
like, "You're laughing," as I say, like you are laughing right now. No, it's so stupid. Yeah,
that's the whole point.
but the Roadhouse episode where he's just karate kicking people the whole episode and Roadhouse, that's classic. That's
remember the Death Wish movies?
and that was a running joke I always had was that I said that in the Death Wish movies, if Charles Bronson, right?
Mm.
That every time Charles Bronson shot somebody, he should look at the camera and go, "Death Wish."
The first one was a crappy movie. It wasn't very.
Death
it was
Wish.
okay though.
Yeah,
Death Wish.
but then they made like 4 of them, right? Or
Oh man, did they get just unwatched? It's so bad you can't look away. How dumb it is.
well,
It's ridiculous.
I jokingly ask people this, just if I have nothing to say, I'll just throw a, "Hey, what's your favorite Steve Guttenberg movie?"
Oh man,
And a good answer is Police Academy because the original Police Academy is actually a good movie.
yeah, they're fun.
The 10 terrible sequels makes everybody think, "Oh, Police Academy, that's a joke,"
Yeah,
But the first one is actually pretty good.
I think the first couple were doable.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they brought the screamer there. What was Bobcat? He came in the second one. I
Yep.
remember the first couple being all right. Yeah, they carried them on way too long.
Yeah, well, I mean, Gutenberg left in the 4th one, I think. And
Did you hear they're making? I think it's underway. I think they're doing it. A Lethal Weapon.
yeah, it's in development, and they said that if it goes through, they have a story that they feel is very dark. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I think the even ones are good, so this would be an odd one, so it's gonna suck. But
Yeah, the fourth one was surprisingly really good. One of my favorites.
yeah, the first one is eh. The third one, I forget it every like 5 minutes after I saw it. Like, what was that movie about?
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad, but there is absolutely nothing memorable about it.
No.
But the second one is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, that's good.
And the fourth one, yeah, surprised the hell out of me how good
Me
that
too.
movie was.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So the fifth one is an odd one, so it's going to be garbage if it gets made.
But you know what? How do you get a guy? Well, first of all, Murtaugh was complaining he was too old in the first one.
He was 40 years old when the first one was made.
Oh, I thought he was 50. He was 40.
And he was complaining. He was complaining that he was too old.
Either or.
No, I just saw that recently. I was like, 40. I'm over 40.
And then Riggs looks like Saddam Hussein. He does. He cuts his head right off.
Yep.
They'll hang him in this one.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and it was cool. The thing I liked about the fourth one was, and I can relate with, not that I was ever the Lethal Weapon. No, I mean, but being like somebody that fancied myself somewhat of an athlete, to see the guy that could like kick everybody's ass struggle at every turn because he was just too old.
Yeah.
I was like, I relate with that. Yeah.
Now he's Saddam Hussein and he's got to go up against people.
Yeah.
That's gonna be. I wonder if he'll shave that stupid beard.
I don't know. Yeah, that is not
horrible.
It's stupid beard, and doesn't he have like a curly mustache to go with it? Like,
I've seen a couple different versions, and it's just not a good look.
You know what was a really good Mel Gibson movie, and then years later I went back and watched it, and I didn't realize it, but they changed like the last half of the movie and just made it horrible. Was the movie Payback?
Oh yeah, I never saw that.
It was a really good movie, and I remember I think I owned the original DVD when it came out, and that's the original movie. And then I saw it was on TV. I was like telling somebody, "Oh, this is a good movie. Let's watch this." And I was like, "Wait a minute, none of this is what happened."
Like he kept getting carpet shocks from other people, and finally he started giving carpet shocks back. Right?
It was like
Payback,
sliding his feet and zapping people.
Payback.
Yeah, Payback.
I never saw it.
Payback.
Could you imagine? What a boring movie.
This doing
You're gonna get it.
Nothing but static shocks.
You're gonna get it. I'm gonna get that son of a bitch. Payback's a bitch. Payback's a bitch. And the crowd in the movie theater is like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait till he pays him back.
He's gonna zap him. There's gonna be a zapping.
Scuffing all the way down the hallway. Oh, here it comes. Big
They started a trend where they're
oh, you son of a bitch.
People are just zapping each other left and right. Hey, it's just like in the movie.
Oh, man, this is good. Really started something. So what do you got? You got any little funny tidbits for us?
I do. One last thing before I get into that is I have an announcement.
Oh,
and I don't have a drum roll. That's the one thing I don't have.
I can't really help you there. Take your belly out and just slap it a bunch of times.
I could do that.
Show your ring off, your belly ring. Is that popcorn? Did you just make popcorn?
No.
What's your big announcement there, fella?
I've touched base on the Run Andy Run episodes that we'll do at some point. So last year, my first run was a big deal run. I went to Nashville, Tennessee, did a half marathon. So I thought, how can I top that this year? Especially when I'm broke, flat broke, and can't afford to travel anywhere this year. 2 half marathons.
Oh, Andy.
Yes.
That's a whole marathon if you put them together.
I have registered for the, this one is literally not in Len's backyard. He's just going to look out the window and I'll be there. No, it's in Len's town. It's the Racket River Half Marathon in Potsdam, New York, on March 28th, which means I could potentially have some bad weather to run in.
We hope.
Yeah, thanks. And then a couple of weeks after that, the Canton Maple Run half run. Also, April, Northern New York, known for bad weather. So, also, I have to get ready for these. It's 24 degrees outside right now. Yeah, so I may have gotten in over that coming off illness. Yeah,
I could join you if you want.
I would love to see you at the finish line of the especially the one in Potsdam.
I wouldn't want you to wait for me if you need be. Wait, Andy. Got him.
I don't recommend starting with a half marathon, Len.
Yeah. I'll ride my bicycle. I can't ride my bike.
If you want to, whatever.
What, people picky or what?
Bicycle.
Shing, shing, shing,
shing. My first motorcycle, I put one of those bells on it. People loved it.
Mm-hmm. A real crowd pleaser.
Pull up to a stoplight. Ring, 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 ring. Yeah. No, I would love to see you at the finish line. People do come and hang at the finish line when these happen.
Can we throw stuff at you?
You can throw stuff. I encourage
rocks or something.
In the shape I am, Len. I am the fattest I've ever been.
Really?
So
good for you, Andy.
I have got a hill to go up just to get to the point where I don't die running this.
How far is it?
13.1 miles.
Oh God. You got to finish it all in the same day, huh?
Yeah. I will be upset with myself, even in bad shape, if it takes me longer than 2.5 hours.
So you to walk some, run some? Is that how it goes?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I am not. I will never be able to run an entire half marathon. There's definitely some walking involved.
That's good. You don't want to get corns.
Yeah, well, no corns. It's there are people and they impress the hell out of me that have discipline when it comes to their pace. I am not one of those people. My mother-in-law actually she knows her pace, and she can keep that pace from beginning to the end of a run.
Does she have a pacemaker?
She does not have a pacemaker, to my knowledge.
Well, good for her.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm somebody that comes out way too fast and then wears myself out because there's a lot of zigzagging at the beginning of one of these runs, getting around slower runners, and sometimes, and then there's people getting around me because I'm the slower runner. Usually these local runs kind of fan out after a while, and you're kind of running on your own for a bit. The rock and roll half marathon in Nashville, Tennessee, I was in the middle of a mosh pit of runners from the start to the finish. I mean, there was thousands upon thousands of runners, and I took pictures at different points because I was like, I'm in a sea of people right now, and it's not dispersing or thinning out at all. And that was a ton of zigzagging around people and stuff.
Talk about a time you wish you were good and gassy. See
Well,
people dropping off.
I'm going to tell you something about runners. There is an amazing amount of poop signs.
You got to poop.
There's a lot of people hold signs up for the marathon runners, and almost not a big percentage of those have say something about poop. Apparently, running and shitting your pants is like a real danger. I don't know.
Well,
I've known people
jiggle around there, I guess, but
I've had to use some disgusting hot houses before runs before.
I was going to say, have you ever seen anybody run off to the poop stop?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. See, that's where I'd like to stand because you know what's happening.
I was actually, one of the worst things about the Nashville half marathon last year was I walked past an outhouse. Len and I and our friends typically called them hot houses because the sun beats down on them and it's hot in there and they're gross and they stink. But I walked past an open hot house on the way to the start line.
Did you peek in?
No, but I was like, I don't really have to go. So rule number one, if you're ever in any kind of an organized run, don't pass up a hot house. Because I got to the start line, and it's like, all right, now I really got to pee. And it was like, I don't know. I probably stood there for a good 20 minutes, a half hour before the race started. The lines were too long. I wasn't sure if I was going to like miss the start of the run or anything. So I ran my first mile with a full bladder. Finally, I saw a line of outhouses, and I was like, there's one. But guarantee there were people in there doing twos.
So, and that's where I would like to stand because everybody coming in, I could do the he is.
Yep. Yeah,
or
you should.
She is.
You should.
And then time sensitive. If it's one or two.
Before the Boilermaker once, I went in. And then there was a line, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta piss." I run over to the outhouse. I get in the line. I open the door, and I think there were just people dumping before the run, trying to like lose weight or something. I don't know, because I mean, they'd go in and they'd be in there for 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh, they're not just in." And then I got in there, and I had to hold my breath. I mean, it was so bad. And then there was a couple of kind of hot girls behind me, and I came out. Of course, I came out obviously quickly, but I was just looked at them and was like, "Good luck." I had to hold my breath. And I'm like,
see, they either thought two things: either you were covering because you did it.
No, I was in there for 30 seconds. They were behind me the whole time.
So, what would be funnier? Do you think it'd be funnier as getting them coming in and giving they are, or you are, or knowing what they did because of the time they were in there and getting them on the way out, like you did.
You'd have to get them afterwards because they have deniability on their way in. Like,
true.
No, I'm not going in to do that.
True. Yeah. Coming out, you got them pegged.
My first half marathon, I was making such good time, and I don't know why. I was actually coming off COVID on that run, and it was 30 degrees and it was snowing. I was in Lake Placid, New York, and I remember I had a horrible first mile. And I was kind of getting down on myself, and I didn't have a much better second mile. And then I hit mile 3, and I just didn't have to stop to walk until I hit mile 9. Which is amazing for me. I'm never that good, but I had to piss.
Incentive.
So there was a line of hot houses. I stopped, and and of course, totally killed my momentum. And as soon as I stopped running, I still had COVID lung. So I stopped. I get in there, and they just hear me going. People outside just hear me hacking up a lung in there because
you were that guy.
Yeah.
You were the hacker in there. The
Mhm.
house was shaking. People were like,
Oh.
I'm not going in that shit house.
Right? What's he doing in there?
Right. It's not going to
But
come out.
so that's my announcement. That's my big announcement, and I have some serious training to do because I am very far behind.
Well,
Last year,
I could help you, Andy.
you can be my. Are you going to be my Mickey or my Apollo?
What would you prefer? How
Hmm.
about a tribute to Apollo?
I think Apollo would be better in the sense that uh, Apollo helped Rocky get his endurance and get quicker.
Right. Yeah.
Where
Mickey just wanted turtle soup.
Mickey was just being nice to him, hoping that he was gonna be gifted the turtles so he
Mm-hmm.
could have some turtle soup.
Boy, was he wrong. He's dead.
He's dead now.
He's dead.
He never got his turtle soup.
Serves him right. Makes Rocky a real piece of shit if you think about it, but
Really?
I still like the movie.
He just wanted turkey soup. Turkey. He just wanted turtle soup. I'm sorry.
They make good soup, he said. He did.
The Rocky wanted no part of it.
Yeah.
He didn't crack a smile. Didn't give a polite laugh or anything.
I got a cat too. Yeah, could I just you and the cat?
That was in the director's cut.
Yeah, they didn't make it to the movie.
What about Buckus?
What butt kiss?
Buckus was the dog.
No, I know. It sounded like you said, "What about a butt kiss?"
Yeah.
Come on, Mick. Pucker up, Mick.
Mm.
So what do you got over there?
Okay, well, so I've got some news here. There was a Formula One driver, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation of this, so I apologize. Driver Valtteri Bottas has raised $150,000 for men's health charity nicknamed Movember after the Bottas 2024 calendar featuring photographs of him bearing his backside sped off shelves. In an initial run of 10,000 with 5,000 10,000 calendars with €5.46 a piece going to prostate cancer research, he swiftly sold out and more were printed. On that note, the Nonsense Zone Nude 2025 calendar will come out in time for Christmas.
Fa la 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 la.
Oh, that's going to be a big seller.
Well, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, you can't go wrong with that one.
So what did this dude do? He sold pictures of his ass?
He sold a calendar with him partially nude in the calendar, and it sold big time. Made a lot of money for prostate cancer research.
We should try that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Who wouldn't buy it?
You,
I wonder what partial is, like no crack or
probably no dong. I'd have to guess.
No dong.
Yeah. I think everything else can be. It doesn't mean that we would have to go that route. We could bear it all.
Nowadays, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
I think we got a money making idea here with the Nonsense Zone Nude Calendar 2025.
Like climbing trees and looking over.
Just in time for Christmas.
Awkward stuff that would make it even worse.
Oh yeah,
be worse. Oh yeah, picking dandelions, doing the peek over.
Remember, you always were running away from the ape.
Yeah, the ape. Yeah, remember that story? The people had a pet ape, and they finally gave it up to a zoo, and they went there. And the ape got out, ran them down, and ripped their thumbs off.
Yeah, their thumbs. I mean, why did he I bet they were constantly like, "You good in there? You good in there? Yeah."
I told you if you were a piece of shit, you were gonna get locked up.
And that whole time, that ape was in there going, "If I ever get the chance, I'm gonna rip those."
Some newbie opened up the door to feed him and
pulls them out, runs in, just starts ripping off thumbs. Just taunted that ape for years with thumbs. Yeah, I'm out here where I can do anything I want.
In the back of his mind, he's like, "You son of a bitch! I get out of here, I'll rip them fucking thumbs right off your hand."
And he did.
Yeah, he took his first chance.
Went right for the thumbs.
Why couldn't I witness that?
I-
You would just be like, "How do you like them apples there?" Especially if you saw their last taunt. You know, like, "Yeah, piss off. We'll see you next time."
I can't
Hey,
anymore.
hey, you know, you
Mm.
got what you deserve. I mean, the rundown too. You know, like once the ape got out, they weren't like, "Oh, Felix."
Oh
The
yeah,
next day, they were like, "Run!"
he's coming for the thumbs.
I just wonder if that's on camera. You know, the when it was all said and done, the whole facility watched that and just laughed
So
as he pressed his foot on their forehead and yanked their thumbs off, and they gave him a big kiss.
yeah. They show those you can see the videos of the reunions between long lost pets and stuff.
Yeah,
Really person with a tiger and whatnot, and
it would be kind of funny if they were expecting a warm welcome, like he's out, going for a hug, chop him behind the neck, foot on the forehead, yanking their thumbs off.
I just picture like
He
you said
got both of them too.
yeah,
Which means the other male or husband or wife was getting away, but the ape he succeeded. He conquered. I wonder if he held one while he tore the other one up.
Maybe it might have been like, well, no, they would have said bit. I was going to say hold the one and
Rip their thumbs off.
yeah.
I
What an odd thing to do.
would just love to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you could see him clobbering them to death. You could see him delimbing them, but no, just what an odd thing to like. Nope, he went for the thumbs.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah,
The whole time they were taunting him, he's like, "I'm gonna get out of here one of these days. I'm gonna rip their thumbs right off." I wonder if he did like a badass walk off. You know how they kind of got that.
yeah. Instead of the fast one. Waving thumbs, thumb in each hand.
He was victorious.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, the things that you could witness. You know, I wouldn't even mind it if he got me. It'd be part of the story. You know, but like,
Right.
what happened to you? I'm like,
at this point in your life, do you need your thumbs?
You don't need thumbs. What the hell do you need thumbs for? You're not gonna hitchhike or anything. It's kind of a wasted digit, really.
Right?
Fonzie will be dead soon, so
you can still give a stiff 4.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck gives a stiff 4?
Funny. Hello, Ryan.
I'd like to take a moment to a word from our sponsors. This week's sponsor of the show. Do you like watching I'm going to start over again. Hold on.
I think you should.
All right. Thank you. Do you like watching consenting adults have sex? I know I do.
Consenting.
Peeping in windows is illegal, and getting beat up by your neighbors hurt. Why not try watching porn? Need to find new creative ways to get along with a step parent and or sibling? Porn has some thoughts. Ever wonder what to do when you feel that the tip that you gave the delivery person just wasn't enough? Porn has some thoughts. What do you do when someone gets stuck while climbing through a window or gets their hand stuck in a piece of furniture? I always thought the only option was to help them get unstuck until I saw porn. Maybe you've thought that your favorite movies would be better if everybody in the movie was having graphic sex with one another. Porn, there's porn for that. Or maybe you just want to set unrealistic expectations for what intimacy should be like, and porn can help with that too. Porn.
Right on.
You ruined it. Porn. It's fantastic.
It is fantastic. I like it.
No, nobody's supposed to talk through the commercial reads, Len. Ruined it.
Totally.
I give up.
Andy,
this show's over.
Come back. You know what you need?
Those motherfucking thumbs are coming off.
Do you know what you need? Porn.
Yeah. Porn? Porn.
Somebody interrupts the very end of your commercial and it makes you upset. Porn.
It's fantastic.
Hell yeah, it is.
Back to some news. In Tampa, Florida, a wayward kangaroo was corralled safely by sheriff's deputies on Thursday after it was spotted hopping around a pool area of a Florida apartment complex. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office released video and still photos of the kangaroo, including some footage from a helicopter. The agency also released audio of a female resident of the complex calling to report it. And that story, I mean, unless you want to picture the people like trying to corral a kangaroo, not that funny, but it did jog my memory of one day I came home for lunch and spotted a vulture in my backyard. And that started a scenario in my head of if my dog is out there and there's a vulture out there and the vulture tries to eat my dog, I'm going to have to go out and try to fight this vulture. And there's no way in hell I'm going to win that fight. And the best part is my final moments will be captured on my Ring camera over my backyard of me going out, throwing down, and ultimately losing to a vulture. Just to me, that was
right there with the thumbs.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Peck your eyes out right in your backyard.
Oh, I mean, full-size vulture is like half the size of me. I mean, they're big animals. And, I was like, yeah, if I have to go out, because I'm not going to let it eat my dog.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Mean, there's no way I can beat that bird.
No. That'd be priceless.
And it would all be caught, which is perfect. I mean,
imagine just replays.
All the humiliating, dying without dignity. I mean, I think if you remember high school, I think I was voted most likely to die fighting a vulture.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was oddly specific, but
it might come to that.
Yeah.
You know, imagine the sounds and the pleading that you'd be doing.
There'd be a lot of
help me!
Help screaming for help.
Help! Yeah. No! All the pleading for this bird to stop mauling you. And meanwhile, your dog's just gonna run in the house and pee on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. Stupid fucking dog. That I've always said the scariest idea. I mean, it wasn't necessarily the scariest movie, but the scariest idea of a realistic idea of a movie to me was the movie The Birds. The Alfred, because those fucking birds, they ever decide that they don't want it, we're not winning that fight.
Numbered. We are outnumbered.
Yeah, and they at the end they even thought that they had waited it out and won, and then the big birds came in. Have you seen an eagle? Eagles stand 5 feet tall.
You're doomed.
We're not beating those eagles.
You're doomed. Bald eagles too.
Bald eagles?
Bald.
Mm-hmm.
Talon. Looking out the window and seeing somebody getting just pummeled by a bird would just be priceless. I don't know. It's a toss-up. You're like, open them like 15 minutes later to see if it's over.
My wife and I had this conversation last night about you like to think that everybody likes to think that they've got that heroicness in them, but when they're put to the test, I mean, I think the number of people that actually would run into danger is probably pretty small. So I said, the example I used was a grizzly bear. You see somebody just getting mauled by a grizzly bear. Are you going to run and help them? And she's like, yeah, of course I am. She's like, yeah. I said, you're probably going to die. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not going to let this person, Yes,
you are.
And I was like,
you might do that, but if that bear looks over and gives you, yeah, you know what? Bon appetit. Bon appetit. No leftovers.
I mean, I feel like even if I did run in, I would run in knowing that, all right, well, this is it for me.
Yeah, say your goodbyes.
Yeah,
you might have a fighting chance with the vulture, maybe. But the bear, you're done.
There was actually an article that I didn't print off that was about some hiker. It was a hiker that got bit by a coyote and strangled the coyote to death.
You son of a bitch.
It turned out the coyote had rabies because coyotes don't really attack people. But
I wonder if there was a chase before he got bit.
No.
The rundown, yeah.
And so I'm reading that thinking, I mean, so it says that he strangled a coyote to death after it attacked him. I was like, well,
that'd be awesome, man.
Who hasn't been in that situation?
You fucking guy. I did this to you.
You mean to tell me that you've never had to strangle a coyote before, Len?
I've come close.
Oh,
I've never had to, though.
that
There was a
road there.
pigeon that pissed me off, though. He's eating the breadcrumbs. Look at him, he's eating them.
So that brings us to our main story for the day, for this week's show. And I kind of told myself that I wasn't going to read the stories verbatim until I got to this one. This one, I have to read the whole thing. So bear with me.
I won't interrupt.
Thanks, Len.
You got it.
Yes, we'll have a lot to say afterwards. So the headline is: a bizarre burglar strikes the neighborhood, juggles in front of sleeping homeowners. Residents of the quiet suburban neighborhood were left baffled and disturbed after reports emerged of a mysterious burglar breaking into their homes while the residents slept, only to engage in an unconventional activity, juggling. The bizarre incidents, which occurred over the span of several nights, have left homeowners on edge and authorities puzzled. According to eyewitness accounts, the perpetrator would gain entry into the homes through unlocked doors or windows, tiptoe into the bedrooms while the occupants were fast asleep, and then proceed to perform a juggling routine at the foot of their beds. I woke up to the sound of somebody juggling in my bedroom, recounted Sarah Thompson, one of the startled homeowners. At first, I thought I was dreaming, but then I opened my eyes and there was a man standing there tossing balls in the air like it was the most normal thing in the world. End quote. Despite the alarming nature of the break-ins, no harm has come to any of the residents, leading some to speculate that there was no motive behind the unusual behavior. I don't understand why anybody would break into people's houses just to juggle, remarked another resident who wishes to remain anonymous. I would too, yeah. It's like something out of a comedy sketch or a bizarre prank. Local law enforcement officials are urging residents to remain vigilant and ensure that their homes are properly secured to prevent any further incidents. Meanwhile, they are actively investigating the string of break-ins and are asking anyone with information to come forward. As the neighborhood grapples with the strange series of events, many are left wondering what drives someone to engage in such an odd, seemingly harmless form of trespassing. Until the culprit is apprehended, residents will be keeping a close eye out for suspicious activity and hoping a resolution comes for this peculiar case.
Andy?
Could you imagine?
Is your screen seized?
Oh, yours is.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Could you see me?
I can see. Yeah, I can just see your face frozen.
I wonder what happened.
Hold on. I am going to remove from the stage, and then I'm going to add you to the stage.
Help me.
And I have a black screen.
Perfect.
Welcome to the Nonsense Zone.
This is nonsense.
This is nonsense. Did I have you for any of that?
Oh, I heard the whole thing.
Yeah,
I don't know if I have my Wi-Fi turned off on my phone, so I don't even know if I have Wi-Fi. Oh, wait. Andy!
Hey!
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, which nobody can deny. Okay.
He's back.
That means the whole time you read that, I was like...
Professional podcasters would edit that out. I'm not going to.
No.
It was added suspense. Oh, is Len coming back? Are they going to get it figured out? Are we going to get just a black screen of where Len was? The rest of the...
We joked about that before we recorded this thing.
We did too, yeah. Yeah, could you imagine?
I jinxed myself.
You did. Way to go.
So let me get this right, because I was listening.
Yes. But I'm also concerned that you're frozen. I gotcha.
This guy breaks into people's homes and juggles for them?
He juggles at the foot of their bed.
I wonder if he hasn't been apprehended, which means the homeowners are so puzzled they don't even try to run him down or shoot him.
He's still out there.
He's still out there.
You might imagine he gets upset if the people look away.
Look at me. I'm not doing this for another. Why though? This is what happens when you don't tip people on the street corner.
Mm-hmm.
They follow you home.
Yeah.
They come into your house at night and make you watch. I think it's worth $1, you know?
I was on the street. I was putting on a show. You walked right by. I'm coming with you.
He packs up his balls and follows them, tails them home. Writes down their address. He gets about 4 or 5 of them written down. 2:00 in the morning. He makes them watch. Andy,
help me!
Yeah, I wonder if he includes them. Like he does, like wants him to throw the extra ball in.
It's the worst show ever. Yeah, like
there's got to be like a drunk person or so laid back person that would probably give a. My wallet's on the table. Grab a 10 and lock the door on your way out. Lock the door on your way out. I said a 10. Only a 10.
Yeah. Is there a water?
It wasn't worth 20.
Me, I am blind as a fucking bat these days. I'd be like,
Lenny? How many balls is he juggling?
He starts bouncing them off my head.
This guy's good. He's good.
We're catching him.
He's good. And what if the people are like, hey,
I can't find my glasses.
Hey, this is the guy from the street corner.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? There's a man in our bedroom, Andy. A man.
What's he doing?
He's juggling.
What?
Put your glasses on, you idiot.
I can't find me. Help me. Yeah, instead of like trying to tackle him or whatever, I'm like asking my wife, what's he doing?
He's juggling, you fool.
Huh.
I like it. I like it. To what point does he give up, though? You know, is he like, wow, these people aren't even paying attention?
Right? They went back to sleep.
Yeah, he loses interest. Like, no different than the street corner. I can't win.
This is stupid.
This is stupid.
Climbs back out the window.
I would just like, I'd like for them to catch him so he can explain. Yeah, I was on the street corner and they walk right by, the cheap sons of bitches. I'll make them watch. I got up to 5 balls before they fell back to sleep.
I was about to do knives. No, that would be too threatening. You're breaking into somebody's house. I ruined it.
I wish I was seized up again.
Yeah. Well, eat some cheese. I'm sorry.
Eat some cheese. Is that a Cobra Kai hat?
No, it's a
Shelby. I was gonna say you're going a little overboard with the Cobra Kai. You said it was a good show and all, but I was like, Andy, is that a Cobra Kai hat? I mean, strike first, strike hard. His audio's off. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Andy. Andy, could you hear me? I can't hear you, Andy. I can't hear you. You can hear me? He gave me a thumb. You know what I'm going to do if I catch you with that thumb? Well, we can conquer. It's been a 50-minute video.
Hey, I'm back.
Andy!
Yes.
This has been one hell of a Festivus for the rest of us.
It's the worst fucking show ever.
It is.
This show stinks.
we got 50 minutes in and we've seized up twice.
What? Why is anybody watching this show?
Audio problems. We better conk
Nonsense. It. Yeah.
We better cut her down.
I think so. This is the podcasting gods telling us that we've done them wrong by making a show.
Mm-hmm. I'll rip them thumbs right off your hands.
It's the thumbs, you know. I mean,
the initial door giving a
full, and the old couple knowing that just they are totally screwed.
One last one for the road.
They thought that they thought that the monkey liked the thumbs all this time. They're like, no, remember me?
Felix.
It's me, the thumbs up person.
It's
I
irate.
hate those fucking thumbs.
And this is what I'm gonna do to him.
And then walks away taunting him with their thumbs.
I love that orangutan. I like saying orangutan.
It's a fun word.
Yeah, orangutan.
I went to the zoo once and I saw an orangutan come up and mount another orangutan.
Oh, that's living. That's living.
That was a good time. I think I took pictures.
Porno. Comes back to porno.
Porn.
Live porn. You saw an orangutan, which is fun to say, make sweet love to another orangutan.
It's fantastic.
You should have given one of them.
No. Never give an orangutan, never give any kind of a monkey a thumbs up.
No. Boy, imagine if he flipped them off. Boy, they'd look awful stupid. They'd be throwing up gang signs. The old folks.
If you learn anything from the Nonsense Zone, never give a thumbs up to a monkey. No. I mean, I think there's I saw during the Super Bowl, there's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. It's all about thumbs.
Oh, man. I wonder if Fonzie's in it.
It's no.
Hey, rip that thumb right off and stuff it in his ass.
It's Planet of the Apes. The search for thumbs.
Oh, I hope they find a few. How you going to close out this episode, Andrew?
Oh, that's about it. We would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope that everybody found as much humor in our technical issues as we did. I'm not editing them out, so I could, but I think it's more fun to leave them in. Lenny.
No.
Lenny.
I'm back.
So this is the Nonsense Zone. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for supporting us. Yeah, we appreciate it. So
yeah, we're having fun.
So again, and most of all, thank you to Lenny. Always fun.
Thank you, Andy.
And I will end by saying, drive fast, stay to the left, never play leapfrog with a unicorn, and remember to always keep on keeping on. Thanks everybody.